Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Mystery Mash Monday. So for those of you who knew Mystery Mash Monday, we unleash my wife on the many bottles we have over in the sack over there. We try to guess type, we try to guess proof, we try to guess whether we think it's finished or not, and then what price we're going to do, and ultimately grade it now. And, ooh, that is quite the nose on there. We're not.
It's got me thinking now.
It's half and half on this, whether we've done good and done bad. But I can say color-wise,
if we're off,
this
we're
is
off.
uber dark.
It is.
Uber dark.
And nose-wise, it's unique.
It is definitely unique. I can't get what that is. I mean, this is dirty dark.
Do we have anything from way down south over there?
What do you consider way down south? Like rum?
Yeah. Like into the island land?
I didn't buy any. Let's put it that way.
I don't recall if I did. But you said I did.
That is, that's a little something right there.
I was going to say, it's holding on.
It's got a proof too, yeah.
But it had a real sugary start. But it definitely had some proof.
Mm-hmm. No, it's.
I was not expecting that.
It is jumped on my chest for 2 feet. Wow. This has got some character to it. Let's put it that way. This is definitely dark.
It is that.
And like that's hanging on. Like
no,
that's
why I didn't even
like it's not even like it's not even just proof. Like there's a flavor that's going on in
it's
there.
very syrupy. It's very thick, but it had like a sugary start.
Well, it's funny on the beginning of the nose, I'm getting like a hint of a fresh baked bread.
See, I was more into like almost like a maple syrup. Baked bread.
I could see the maple syrup on the fresh baked bread. I could see that now that you put that in my head. Just as a hint. Or I'm trying to think, was it a malt I was
getting bread lately, but and to be honest, I don't think we've had one this dark, tasting like bread. Unless it's finished. Unless it's finished somewhere else.
Yeah, that's gonna be my next thing. Yeah,
tasting like bread.
I don't know if it was this dark, but we had one.
We've got plenty that taste like bread.
It's right over there on the side of us somewhere. I got to be honest with you. I'm guessing in my head. I got a couple jumps. So at first I was thinking, am I getting the bread or am I getting a malty taste? Is what I was thinking. We're working together. I was trying to be secretive, so I was like, and I don't know why I'm doing that. I have to remember what day is what now.
Definitely, it's holding on.
But the more I keep smelling it, this is bringing me to Texas. Like, this is bringing me to, like, I know I just picked up
something?
Well, like Balcones, right? But I picked up a couple of those Garrison brothers, and we have yet to try them. But I'm thinking it's bringing me like towards the Balcones area where it's not. It's dark. It's rich. It's almost molasses like when you get the taste.
All that, but it has that sweetness too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like beyond caramel.
Getting the ultra bread though. If it is, it's very very.
No, it was a hint of a bread. It wasn't like it wasn't like diving out like the initial. As soon as I put my nose in it, I get a hint of a bread. But then once you get deeper, you get like that molasses smell, like that sugary.
Were those that high? Excuse me. I know you bought them, but I didn't. So you going with a bourbon?
I'm going with a. Geez, I don't know if they're bourbon or if they're considered Texas whiskeys. I'm thinking. I'm just thinking it's so dark. I'm thinking this is definitely made somewhere, or it would be like a double oaked of some sort.
I'm not really getting huge oak finish.
No, I'm getting that molasses flavor, and that's kind of what I remembered about the Balcones. It like brought you in a whole nother world when we did it. That was a long time ago. This has definitely got a proof.
It does have a proof.
We're
at least at 120. I'm thinking.
Oh, see, and I was in my head for whatever reason. I said 116 is what
that's what I said. I started
actually
at 114, but each time I take a sip,
it's
that's why I kind of went to 120.
And I don't know if it's just because it's not only like the proof that hit, like it's so much flavor in your mouth. It doesn't burn it all in your mouth. Like I'm not getting like, but I'm not like when you get like a one that's just hot.
No,
it's so much flavor,
I get that.
but it just sits in your chest.
Yeah, not like a huge rye type deal, but it is very thick.
So it does have that double oak smell though. Like it has like, but I'm not so much a double oak smell. It's just that oaky character in it. Like it's.
I'm not getting a fruit.
The more I smell, now I'm getting like an oak smell, and then now it's gonna make me try to second guess myself. Could we be changing and going to like one of the Oak and Edens we had over there, where it is like a double oak and you're getting that extra oak hit?
Yeah, but were those that high? Now that you just said Oak and Eden, though, it does have like that a little bit of an aftertaste.
There's a second. I don't know if that's not the. I don't know.
But
all right, we don't have to guess the bottle per se.
I wasn't.
I'm going to go bourbon. I'm going to go bourbon. I'm going to go bourbon. I mean, we have double oak rye over there, too. We got malted rye over there. We got all kinds of different stuff that's going to taste that we've never even had. You know what I mean? So that's my other thing. And I just drinking a malted rye that's hot. You know what I mean?
Don't really have the sparkly, though, of a rye.
It's not. It's just... I do like it though. What do you think?
No, I'm not disappointed. My head's spinning because I can't seem to hit something. I'm still probably in the 120 land.
It almost brings the single malt taste, but it's so dark. It's hard to say single malt unless it was down in Texas when they made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was a supercharged barrel then.
Right. Or it's been aged for like 40 years. I'm getting like a malty taste though, and I can't tell if that's that or if it's just that. That's the thing that's.
Is it that or is it a rum?
I don't think we have a rum over there. It's not the same flavor that I get when I get like the sugar cane flavor.
No, I get the initial sweetness, but
yeah,
and then there's that little bit. It's a different aftertaste, and it could be like the Oak and Eden where it had a different stave in there that just carried through. But I don't remember them being this proofy.
I don't know. I'm looking at a bottle from a distance that I killed. That one was funky though. That one had that weird fake oak smell. The taste. It had a fake oak taste. I know the other one that you bought, I want to say was like finished with the French oak stave,
which wouldn't bring it. It wouldn't bring it this dark.
It depends. I mean, they I don't know.
You got some French oak stave sitting in over there. Is that color that dark?
Yeah, but those over there are light toast. So you can have a dark toast too. It depends on what kind of toast you do.
I don't know.
Pay no attention to what's on the other side of the room. So anyways,
telling me to look at bottles and a regret.
All right, so I'm debating on the finish now. Do I go with the finish or not? I'm gonna stick with my initial guns. I think this might be one of them, one of the Garrison brothers because it's from Texas. I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna say. I don't remember if they were finished either. I'm going to say unfinished, but there is a tweak
I'm thinking
to
this has to be finished. To be this dark, I'm thinking it has to be finished.
I don't disagree with that, unless I can't remember. I think one of the ones I did get was finished in something. All right, I'll go with finished too. I'll stay finished. There was a ton of flavor coming out of this glass. It has a different
little end flavor too. So that I'm going to lean towards. And if it is Garrison, I can't remember if that was a whiskey or not. Very sugary
because it's a Texas. I don't know if they do. If there was a bourbon, I don't remember when I bought it.
I want to think it says Garrison Brothers straight bourbon whiskey.
It could be. I'm going to say bourbon just for fun.
I'll go with that.
I'm going to say finished.
I'm going to go with that too because I don't know if we could be this dark unless it's in a huge jar.
If it is the Texas one, it can be. I'm gonna stay with my initial thought of like 116 because it's just sitting there. What do you think you should pay for this, what do you think is a good? I mean, there is a ton of flavor now. Whether people like the flavor or not, because not everybody likes.
But it definitely has a proof too.
Because this almost is bringing, like, I just burped it. It's almost bringing a malt taste in there.
Like in Scotchland.
Well, not so much like the single malts. Where you get like that, or like when I've had like the high rye malt, like the high malted rise. It's bringing that malty flavor, which I lately I've been really actually enjoying. This brings a ton of flavor.
I would not be disappointed if this was $59.99.
I'm assuming no.
If it's Garrison's,
it's going to be especially if it's that specialty one that I got. It's going to be 70, it's going to be up there, upwards of 100 even. On not that I paid, but of what the MSRP, I believe, if I remember. I would definitely say with the amount of flavor, and if you like that dark and the rich and that single malty, I think for me, honestly, I would say $79.99. I wouldn't be mad at this.
You're probably closer.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's.
I said what I'd like to pay.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying. What do you think? You know what I mean? Like what you should, like, you wouldn't be uncomfortable paying. You know what I mean? You got to try to.
I'll stick to it because we're going to be off, but I'll stick to my 59. But you're probably closer on that one. You might be closer on a proof too.
What do you think we'd give this as a grade? We don't know what it is. We don't know the price. We don't know anything about it. What do you think?
I'm not really disappointed in this, and with the proof, I think this is a pretty good B. If it's $180, then it's probably going to go to B minus because I don't know if I'd pay that much.
See, and just because I've been liking this, it's such a full body flavor, and it's so off profile than a normal bourbons. I was actually B plus. That's what I was actually.
I was in the B range, but then I settled with the B because.
But I mean, I think this is very good for what it is. Not everyone's going to like it because I think it drinks a lot darker than a lot of
definitely
people
dark.
that like the
it's got
traditional
a sweet start with a different end finish.
Well, there you go. All right, so we'll settle on. We'll see what we do afterwards, and then I'll finalize the thing. But I'm starting with a B plus. I think it's very good. So let's see what we got. Well, that's what it is too. All right, let me find my notes on this. I'll be back in 1 minute. All right, so we are back. So this one was, in fact, the one of the Texas whiskeys I did. So. I'll go through the particulars. I'll put the little thing there for you, and so we'll go through. So this is the Garrison Brothers Balmorhea cask. Sorry if I massacred the name on that one. So the MSRP for this is around $179.99. I got hooked up by a buddy of mine. We paid it even $100 for this. It is 115 proof. It is approximately a 5-year bourbon. They put 4 years in a barrel, and then they age it again in a completely different oak barrel for another year after that. This happens to be bottle number 28175. So the company in the distillery is the Garrison Brothers Distillery out of High, Texas. And they stressed on their website that it is made out of food grade corn. It's the #1 white corn from the farm down in South Texas when they made their stuff. They're all about like farm to table and everything.
Yeah.
So this is, so we actually didn't do bad other than the price itself. But I knew if it was this barrel, and this was the one that I had in my head.
Yeah.
I knew if it was this barrel.
I said if it was Garrison, I knew it was going to be way higher than what I said.
And this is one of the double oaked ones on there. But I'll tell you, it is dark and it is thick and it is rich.
I don't know if it's 180 good. That's pretty high.
I don't disagree. I 400 though. This is awesome. You know what I mean? So I agree with you.
It was a great steal.
Yep.
But I think I want to keep my rating.
I still think without judging, without even changing it due to a price, I still like this as a B plus. I think this is crazy good. If you had the money and you wanted to try this, we've never tried anything by the Garrison Brothers, so. I know they had their super hot one that was like 140 plus proof.
Oh yeah.
But they were selling it for like $300. And to me, I was like, yeah, not going to happen. Like, it's just nothing. You looked at it. Remember, you at one point.
Yeah, I did.
And I had said, I'm not paying that just to get that hot of a thing. But
I'd be hard pressed at 180.
Yeah.
On this.
No, I agree with you. So that's why when he offered to me for a steal, I was like, absolutely, please. You know what I mean? So we'll have a couple of them. And thank you, Tommy, for hooking me up with this stuff. Because this is very good. I don't disagree. 180 is a steep price, but man, there's not many whiskeys we've had that brought this much flavor and taste. Again, it's whether you like the flavor and taste, because it is a Texas whiskey.
It is a different flavor.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess with that, I mean, would I rather spend the money on this versus Sinatra? Then yes, all day long I'd go here, because they were pretty close, I think, to the same price.
Right, I
this
think
is a double bang for
your
buck when you're drinking it. So it's...
And for the 115 proof, too, it does not drink hot in your mouth. There is so much flavor going on.
There is. It sticks around. In your chest. Very, very thick.
You get a good Texas hug, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it does sit down there. But there's so much flavor going on in your mouth. It doesn't drink hot at all. It
just holds on.
It is full of flavor. I got to give it that on there. And again, like you said, I mean, I'd keep it. This is.
For $100, it's definitely a steal.
Yeah, for $100, it's 100% a steal on that one. That's why when he offered to me, I'm like, absolutely, I'd love to try that. You know what I mean? For the price.
And honestly, we don't say that often.
No, right.
So,
but there's very few whiskeys we've had out of all the years we've done. There's very few whiskeys that came with this much flavor and taste and heat. It definitely holds on. All of it together in one big package.
And thickness, it stays. It is. It is unique.
Mm-hmm. And it'll bring you way off profile, but it really does bring me to a lot of, because we have been venturing in. I know a couple of people have been commenting about that. Like, wow, if you guys like this, we've hit a couple single malts now.
Yeah.
That we've actually really liked, because they're bringing so much flavor. This would fit in that category, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. But I don't know if we have any single malts that are up at the 115 mark. That's the one thing about this. That's why I wouldn't even lower, even at the price range. I mean, they still brought you the proof. They double oaked it.
I didn't lower mine at all. I said the same. I did say I was going to bring it to a B minus, but I'm going with you. I'm going to leave it at my B. But
we're going to round it up when we put it in the category, though, because I want to see where this goes after. Like, I want to see how this compares. Like when you're drinking against other stuff, because it's going to take over other people.
It's definitely going to do, like you said. It's going to throw us off into that whole little. Okay, now they're. Which day do we like this profile? Or do we
that's
like
the problem,
because put it up against a bourbon.
It is so off bourbon pro, and it is just a straight whiskey. So we were wrong on the whiskey, because it is a.
It is a whiskey.
It's bourbon whiskey right there, Texas straight bourbon whiskey. So
I did read it.
It fits it. He read it and he missed it. So it does fit in that category though. Yeah. So. But it brings the flavor. So you guys can leave a comment down below. All you guys that like those like. It's bringing me to the malt land. It really does. It's bringing me.
I don't know. Yeah, I read, because it says in this little flippy thing here, it says what the notes should be. And it's saying we're supposed to get a fudgical smell and pecan praline. I'm just getting sweetness.
Oh, I'm getting so much more than that. But I get the fudgical only because it does bring a chocolate vibe, like a dark chocolate that goes in with the. But it is a molasses thick, heavy drink.
I'd still stick to your chocolate with bread more than.
Curiosity factor. Leave a comment down below if you guys have tried that. What you think of it. And what you guys get, and what you can find this for, because again, I just went on one of the websites to check to see. I went on their website.
They might have something else that's not this pricey.
We have another one.
How big these guys are? Do you?
Compared to Balcones, I don't know.
I don't know if it's price-wise. It's probably not that huge. Although they have
a handful.
They do distribute.
And they do distribute. They do have a handful of different ones, because I know we have another one over there that
I've
gets
seen
small batch or something. They're around.
Yeah,
so and that's the whole thing. So I'm not sure. Yeah, because they actually make it to Massachusetts.
Yeah,
unlike a lot of the other ones that we do.
I have seen it. I did show you, and I'm like,
no, right. So, well, there you go. This is the Garrison Brothers, the Balmorhea version of it. Again, leave a comment down below. I love to hear from all you guys. And if you have tried it, do you think it's worth the actual money? I don't have any complaint about this, and I hate to pay that kind of. But at a hookup, this was great.
No.
This was a great deal. So
yeah, I drive to the
local
corner or anything.
That's why I went and got it. So thank you again, Tommy, if you're watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.